One warriors, welcome back to Star Trek Online Klingon Recruit playthrough and to my terrible English. We are here to do another mission, but in fact I've already done like half of this mission when my computer gave up on me and gave me blue screen of death. As I said at the beginning, it can happen because my computer is old-ish, not the best. But anyway, I'm really having fun doing this, so I will not give up. I will try to finish this playthrough. And besides, it's lockdown here in my country, my business is closed. I really don't have anything to do, and what's best to do, it's of course playing Star Trek Online. So let's do this one more time and let's do this episode, Bringing Down the House.
Sorella, Lady of the House of Martok, has requested that you meet her at the house estate in the Ketha lowlands. She did not explain why she wanted to see you, but I expect that she has some tasks she would like completed. The House of Martok has lost much prestige since I took the Chancellor's seat. But they still have many allies among the KDF, and I am loath to reject Cirilla's request without a good reason. Gaining the favor of the House of Martok could serve you well. But remember, they have many enemies. I harbor no ill toward Cirilla, but do not get caught up in her vengeance against me. It would not be in your best interest.
Okay, so we should meet with Lady Cirilla of the House of Martok at the Ketha lowlands on Kronos. Passage to the Ketha lowlands is through the gate in First City, and here are the rewards. We are going to get another bridge officer, this time tactical one, and a console for our ship, also tactical. So I want to point out that we have been given this mission from Chancellor Jumpok this time, and not from Kamtar, which is Alexander, of course. It seems like he contacted Cirilla, and then Cirilla contacted Jumpok himself. And he is right, there is a certain animosity between these two houses, because of course Jumpok killed Martok, and it's a little bit interesting that Cirilla is calling for our help, because Martok had a son with her, Drex, who should be now the head of the house. He was briefly in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and also in the novels, which is of course not canonical, but he was like the black sheep of the family a little bit, not at all like his father, not very honorable warrior, let's say. But it seems like the game doesn't count with him very much. So anyway,
Serve the Empire well.
this.
Kapla!
Okay, and it's already giving me option bringing down the house, but there is a arrow on the minimap showing me where the gate is. So let's do this a little bit like RPG style, and let's go there. Let's run, take the stairs around the fire lake and exchange. And this is not usually here, this is Omega Particle, it's part of the anniversary, it's a mission for the anniversary. And actually here is the forge, and you can talk to Nakar, weaponsmith. They are actually making weapons here. And here is the gate, and it's still night. Interesting. I don't think day changes are on this map. It's still night here, which is a little bit odd. Anyway, let's take our bridge officers and go to Ketha
The
lowlands.
estate of House Mark.
Kamtar.
It has been too long. After Gowron stripped my house of its titles and lands, this place became my home. I will defend it and House Martok to my final breath. Come, Lady Sorella waits for us ahead. Believe me when I say it is unwise to keep her waiting.
Speak to Lady Cirella. Alright. Well, what happened was that Worf was taken in the house of Martok. They were friends. So naturally, Worf's son, Alexander, which is Kemtar, was also part of his house, and he was living here. He even got married with Ben. He had a son with her. So this was really his house, and it seems it is important to him. And before talking to Lady Cirella, let's take a look at their estate, which is huge but in this beautiful environment. As you can see, there could be beautiful nature found on Kronos. And besides, these are lowlands. They are growing some vegetables, it seems, because it's not sustainable for the whole race to be living from hunting, only do hunting for food. And of course they need to grow something and make bread and so on and so forth. So Martok's father was actually farmer, and this is the house he grew up in, and they've taken care of this land. So this is Lady Cirilla.
Welcome. I will skip the usual pleasantries. We have serious matters to discuss. The House of Martok has many enemies. Some of them seek to curry favor with Gempok, or the House of Duras, by striking at us. Until now, most of these attacks have been little more than a nuisance.
Okay, Lady Cirilla.
But now we know that an enemy may be plotting to assassinate Worf, and my grandson, Maven, may also be a target.
Maven is son of Drex.
The filthy Baktag willing to carry out such dishonorable attacks must be stopped. And so, I ask you to find these assassins and eliminate them.
We will do what we can to assist you, Lady Cirella. So basically Maven is the next head of this house, so it's important to protect him. And I want to point out that Cirella was also in Deep Space Nine in the episode where Chatzia Dax and Worf were about to marry, and now her likeness is also in the game, the likeness of the actress who portrayed her, and also the actress is voicing her here.
Any threat to House Martok will be dealt with, my lady. On that, you have my word as a warrior. Where is Maven now?
I'm a little bit off with this voice for Kemtar or Alexandra. Okay, we see him in Star Trek: The Next Generation as little child, and then later as basically teenager in Deep Space Nine. But I'm not completely okay with this change to the warrior. But maybe who knows what happened over the years with him. But it doesn't completely sit with me.
He is on his way to the Batleth tournament on Forcus 3 with your father. Worf assured me that he would handle security matters during the trip, but that was before you reported your findings to me.
Okay, so meanwhile I was standing on the square and listening to the lore singer. Seems like some days passed and Worf departed the planet with Maven to Forecast 3. We should go to Forecast 3.
Before you go, I have another concern. Our local farmers reported seeing a Romulan here recently. Given Kemtar's suspicions of a house collaborating with the Tal Shiar, It seems to be an odd coincidence. We need to know what the Romulan was doing here before you leave for the tournament.
Question the farm manager about visiting strangers. Alright. That is indeed suspicious. We will investigate at once. Let's find the farm manager. Oh, it's a big piece of land. But okay, they need to tend to their work. Farm manager is here.
Here? Once I would have considered that impossible. But we live in strange times. Maybe they have come to their senses and joined with the Empire against the Federation. I haven't seen this Romulan myself, but one of the others might have. You have my leave to speak with the workers. One of them might have seen your pointy-eared interloper about.
Well, I highly doubted that the Romulans would join the Empire, Klingon Empire, against the Federation. They have their own problems. I'll see what they have to say. Ask the farmers about the Romulan. So she didn't saw him or her.
What interest is a Klingon farm to a Romulan?
Good question. And on the map we can see it's a big map. There is even a landing pad for a starship. A Klingon bird of prey can land here. But anyway, all the farmers are here on this field. Let's question this first one.
The only thing I've paid attention to of late has been the lack of rain. But you're a warrior, not a farmer. You wouldn't be interested in that. Sorry I couldn't help you.
All Klingons are warriors, and an enemy may be near. Remain vigilant. Well, that's the philosophy, that all Klingons are warriors, but some of them need to be farmers, scientists, bakers. But do really all of them know how to fight? More or less, probably yes.
The dogs have been busy tearing up my roots. But other than that, I haven't seen anything unusual.
Darks are persistent creatures, as are Romulans. Okay, comparing Romulans to Darks, interesting. Set up defenses or something else. Okay, let's try the third
I
one.
remember seeing the Romulan.
Finally.
He said he was a surveyor hired to architect a new irrigation system. He set up equipment on the hill over there, but I haven't seen him lately. It wouldn't surprise me if he's up to no good. You can never trust a Romulan.
Look for the surveyor. Agreed. You can
This
never trust
surveyor
them.
may be more than he seems. The idea of a Romulan moving alone freely on estate grounds? I do not like where this is going. Let's follow his steps. Doing so could lead to insight on the Romulan's actions.
Follow the trail up the hill and search for clues about the surveyor. Agreed. Let's follow that path up to the top of hill. So it seems we are going the right direction. Let's jog a little bit.
I see the equipment there. It is definitely
one?
Romulan tech.
Okay. Red light, it gives up. Inspect equipment.
That is definitely Romulan gear, but it is not surveying equipment.
What is it then?
It is a short-range EM transmitter.
I should know that.
Not something a surveyor would use, Romulan or otherwise. I have a bad feeling about this. Disable it at once.
I have a bad feeling about this. That's a little bit jokingly. Okay. I will deal with it myself. Destroy equipment. And let's take hammer and hammer it down.
We still have a suspicious
Okay.
Romulan on the loose, however.
Probably would take a weapon and not a hammer.
There is a shipping and receiving area nearby, close to a landing pad. I suggest speaking with the workers there. They may have seen our mysterious surveyor recently.
Go to shipping and receiving and speak with the workers. A good plan. We might pick up trail there. Okay, let's continue this way. There is a path. It wasn't here before. It's a little bit different now. And here are some wild tarks. We can go hunting, but maybe later. Oh! Don't shoot at them. Go, go. No. Oh, it's Kumtar. He wants to hunt. And the Darks are ignoring him. Ah. Forget the Darks. We have more important
Feral
things to do.
cows. Always a problem at this time of year.
Okay, but farmers can take care of it. Is he coming or not? Whatever. Another day. What he was saying? NPC. Another day, another crate. Okay. Let me have a look a little bit around. There are some flags. It's the crest of House Martok, I believe. And where's the landing pad? I want to see the ship, but maybe we will go there. Talk to Foreman.
Yes, I remember this man. Not every day you see a Romulan in the Ketha lowlands. He didn't say he was a surveyor, though. He told me that he was a part of a diplomatic delegation studying our agriculture.
The plot thickens. Continue.
Martok would have never let a Romulan set foot on our world. That's why I don't think much of Jim Park. He's too soft. The oddest thing I remember, other than him being a Romulan, was that he personally scheduled the delivery of goods to the farm. That is against our security procedures. Lady Sorella insists on authorizing all deliveries to the manor.
That is probably wise.
However, his codes were valid. He had Lady Sorella's signature, so I did as he asked. His delivery arrived today. It's a large package we moved to the grain storage shed near the house of Martok's manor. The Nep would know what was ordered. He handles most of Lady Sorella's business transactions.
Find out what was what was being delivered. Let us speak with the Nap. I want to know more about this package. Oh, yeah.
And now our surveyor is a diplomat. A Tal Shiar spy seems more likely.
Yeah. True. Ah, he is back. Finished hunting. And this is the Nap cargo processor.
I processed that delivery. It was an order for the House of Martok. They needed explosives for digging out a new irrigation system.
Explosives.
Was placed by Lady Sorella with her signature and authorization codes. She must need the new irrigation channel badly. Normally, Sorella delays such tasks until the winter, when the farm hands aren't busy with planting and harvesting.
Yeah, that would make sense, but also one of the farmers mentioned that there was lack of rain, so it would make sense. But explosives, more Romulan treachery. We must deal with this at once.
This spy is clever, placing the explosives near the House of Martok's fertilizer stores. If he detonates them, the results will be devastating. I believe that device we found earlier was intended to be a trigger relay. Taking it out will slow the Romulan down, but it may not be enough to foil his plan.
Agreed.
We should focus our search near the fertilizer shed. The spy will need a good vantage point to monitor the area before he triggers the detonation. Come, the hunt continues. Use your scanner to search for Romulan life signs.
It is time to put an end to this Romulan treachery. Move out. Trace spy.
The signal is getting weaker.
Okay, so it's pointing us to the right direction. And I want to check the map again. This is the way towards the ship, and there is someone there. Alright. It's a little bit different again because before we were basically going through the fields and searching. Oh, they are here. Oh, grenade. Ambush. Don't go away from me. Then? Okay, thanks. Made some kills. So wasn't expecting that because now it's a little bit different than before when I was playing this mission. When leveling up my other KDF character. But since I need to do some melee kills, I will try to have my butler ready. And try to go for melee kills. Porter. Okay, another ambush. No. Another day, another crate. Here is the ship. Is this my ship? I don't know. Probably it's Martok's. Tarsan. Trace the spies. Spy. Where
the signal is getting stronger.
Yeah. Well, obviously this one.
There, by the ship. What is that Romulan doing?
Planting bomb. Not
the
seeds.
House of Martok will crumble, and with it, the rest of the Klingon Empire. You cannot stop what has begun.
He has a nice speech prepared for us. The words of an enemy and a fool.
Treacherous
Attack.
It's an ambush.
Again. Oh. If there is a red circle on the floor, it means they are throwing grenade on you, so you need to move from the circle. Disarm explosive.
This ship, it is the Rotaran.
This is
the flagship
Rotaran.
of House Martok.
Oh,
that
right.
Romulan wanted to blow up more than fertilizer.
If he had
it
succeeded.
would have been a fatal blow, both to the house and its honor. Huicha. One thing is clear. Whoever is behind this plot has no honor. Not even a Fekiri would join forces with the Tal Shiar. It is madness!
Indeed. What's our next move?
We must continue the hunt, my friend. The Romulan still draws breath, and as long as he lives, our troubles will multiply.
Yeah, he escaped.
Piece of Baktok probably beamed up to a cloaked vessel in orbit. Let us return to your ship and see if we can find it.
They have cloaked ship, we have cloaked ship. Okay. So let's return to our ship and cloak.
Ever since Jempok recognized the government on New Romulus, the number of Romulan ships in orbit over Kronos has increased. Most of them have legitimate reasons for being here. As a diplomat, I realize that harassing such a ship could lead to an incident. That's trouble we do not need.
Alright, so this is a little bit behind the Romulan storyline. As mentioned here, the new Romulus is already established and recognized by other political entities in the quadrant. And yeah, this could lead to an incident. But it's Tashiar, yeah, but could be trouble. Agreed, we will be discreet in our
Very
search.
well. I am willing to continue, as long as you understand that discovering the vessel that holds our quarry will be difficult.
Difficult, but not impossible. Scan for cloaked vessels. Can we do that?
There's a lot of warp and impulse traffic in the area. It's too much for the scanners to handle, especially if we're dealing with a cloaked ship. That's assuming the ship is still in the system. They
How do
may
you know
have gone
that?
to warp as soon as the spy stepped off the transporter pad.
That's assuming the ship is still in the system. They may have went to warp. Yeah. I would presume as much. We are not done yet. Scan for singularity core emissions. Right, because Romulans don't use classical warp cores. They use small singularity to power their ships.
Ah, your intuition served us well, my friend. Scanners are detecting trace singularity distortions from the nearby asteroids. I believe a cloaked Romulan warbird recently entered warp there. If we get a closer scan, I will be able to plot a course based on the warp trail signature.
Helm, take us closer to the asteroids. Okay, and let's go to full impulse. It seems like it's a long way there. The remnants of the moon praxis again. Shipyard planet. So they've been
I'm being pursued
here.
by annoying Klingon insects. What are they called?
Oh,
Ah, blob flies.
I didn't thought we are going to fight them yet.
As much as I would love to dance, I have a pressing
Alright.
appointment elsewhere. So let's change heart.
There wasn't fight before, but anyway, let's deal with these small ships. And this is the effect of the singularity core blowing up. Let's go a little bit away from the ship, turn, and then fire. And then I need to transfer more energy to forward shields. Let's target this one. That's better.
Let's see if we can follow
Oh.
the warp trail to Romulan.
Double hit. So let me do one more thing. Let me put a Klingon cloak here, and I will do a little bit of reorganizing. And do I have, yes, reroute power to forward shields. I don't have to click on here. I can put this icon here, or do I have this one? This one was, that's what I was looking for. Okay. So this redistributes the shield power evenly, and this will put it in forward shields. So scan for Romulan trail.
Scanning. Ah, there it is. Warp trail detected.
He's a science officer as well now.
The Romulan is headed for the
He was
Fortis.
diplomat. Let my officers do the job. They are going after Maven and your father.
Agreed. I believe Lady Sorella's suspicions were correct. The Romulans mean to kill Maven and anyone that gets in their way. Like my father. Both Maven and my father are formidable warriors, but even they can be overwhelmed by numbers and treachery. I must go to Forcas to warn them. Will you join me, my friend?
Yeah, I will. Set a course to the Forcas system maximum warp. Of course, we will help you. We cannot let this go. And
We have
Forcas
arrived
3.
in the Forcas system. The Warbird's warp trail ends here. She's out there, somewhere. Initiating sensor sweep now.
Very well. We should attempt to contact your father and warn him.
I've hailed him several times, but he has not answered. Either he is unable to respond, or unwilling to respond. Let us hope he is engaged with the Batleth tournament, and watching over Maven. We will need to beam down to the surface to know for certain, however.
Have we located the warbird?
Yes, she is dropping into orbit over Forcas 3, and hailing us. It appears Commander Tarson would like a word.
Put the piece of backtack on screen.
You are becoming an annoyance. You have
You are
made
more
yourself
annoyance.
a target by defending the House of Martok. By following me here, you've given me no choice but to destroy you.
That will be the day. All hands, battle stations. And let's go. Let's try the ambush. The ambush tactics. I have harping torpedoes, so probably not very much use for this one.
Target's shields have failed.
Let's hold him in place and fire.
Beat Nuke! He cloaked.
He cloaked again.
Scan for energy traces so we can follow him.
Scan for residual energy. More hunting. Locate target. Let's cloak again. We are closing. We are closing. Three-barrel bird of prey. Now only one. They cloaked as well. Seems like. But anyway.
Target's shields
Yeah.
have failed.
And now they decloaked. Maybe I will switch for another torpedo because the harping torpedo is unable to do
Klingons are helping the
spread.
Romulans. They are Maquis.
Yeah. Oh, they are above us. A little bit of 3D battle.
We must find him. Quickly.
Yeah. Alright, alright. I will wait for the cloak and switch the torpedoes.
Madness! There are Klingons working with that Romulan Takech! I'm picking up another pocket of Tetrion particles, but we must be wary. There may be more dishonorable Klingon Baktak lying in wait for us there.
Track Tarson, no problem for us. But the torpedo spread would be nice for if there are multiple targets. So let's cloak and scan. Alright, if scanning it will decloak me again. Shoot. I don't understand this. Why doing an action will decloak you? I don't know if it is on purpose or if, but it was in the game for forever, so it's probably on purpose. Let's move faster. There is some kind of satellite. Let's not hit the rock.
You cannot stop what is already set in motion. The Klingon Empire will fall.
Let's go away. Let's walk away from the blow and let's finish him. Let's do scanning. Load torpedo bay. Weapons and now. Yeah, that was solid hit. And done. And the ship is eaten by the singularity.
Tarson may have
Alright.
beamed himself and his agents to the surface.
Now,
He also has Klingon
Yes.
traitors aiding his cause. We have more work to do, my friend. Let
We are
us
friends
beam
now.
down and attempt to
Great.
contact Maven and my father before things get worse.
beam down with Kamtaro. And let's take our witch officers as well. We will need them.
Target in the area. Stay alert.
Any Romulans here will be well hidden, but their Klingon allies will be able to move freely. Even so, someone might have noticed some unusual behavior. Let's start in the bar. Tongues loosened by blood wine may reveal clues we'd otherwise miss.
And if you heard there was another voice telling me that the target is in the area, it's the same voice, some distorted voice that gave us the receiver. Question the bar patrons very well. I could use my drink myself. So if I go to my encrypted Klingon receiver, there is a special enemy here in this mission. Bringing down the house. Yes, here in the mission, bringing down the house. Uljun. Alright. So we need to have our eyes open for him or her. And here is the bar, of course. I want some blood wine.
Did you see Jim Puck when he was young and still fighting in the tournaments? Oh, now that was something to behold. He was masterful and fluent, not like the young tarts here these days. I'm surprised that some of them can hold on to their paddlets for the entire match. Ah!
Okay, I'm wondering why. No, I know why. Well, maybe you may be wondering why the tournament is not on Kronos, why it's on Forecast. Because in one TNG episode that was Worf-centric, he was returning from this tournament. And there was some split timelines and so on, but he said he was on this tournament on Forecast. So they are continuing this tradition, it seems so.
Wonderful! Another stout warrior eager to hear a story of my glory days in battle.
Not so
Pull
much.
up a chair and I'll allow you the honor of buying me a blood wine.
I don't think so. Sorry, not sorry. But I can order some blood wine. I don't want just to take some. Usually, as it is described in the novels, they have a barrel of blood wine. You just take the mug, and probably these are the barrels of blood wine. And you serve yourself. How easy.
Have you seen the fighter from the House of Duras? He looks like a real contender for champion standing. I'll bet you a barrel of blood wine that he wins without taking a single wound.
Okay, but accepted.
General Chang fought the Master Corps, both in their prime fighting condition. Who do you think would take champion standing?
Okay. If General Cheng fought the Hard Master Corps, both fighting in their prime fighting condition, who would you think would take champion standing? That's a tough choice here to make. General Cheng was more of a tactician. I'm not sure if he was very good in melee, but the Hard Master Corps was. Maybe it's a Cheng would be more tactical even in the close combat, but probably Core was more had more mastery in it. Tough choice, really. Another, which is one right one?
Think of the new rule restricting botnet links to between 110 and 120 centimeters?
Drunken? I personally won't use anything other than the traditional 116 centimeter length, but I can understand the desire for customization of one's weapons. Well, it depends. I would do so as well, because it depends how tall you are, how big your hands are, how agile you are. But anyway, my butlet is even taller than me, probably like 2 meters, because my character has 2 meters and 5 centimeters. So this one seems like it could be even taller than me. Does one of you know?
Do you really think a Romulan would be foolish enough to beam down to an arena filled with hundreds of Klingon warriors? Besides, ever since that one tournament where the champion of the House of Mokai used a transporter to steal his opponent's bat'leth in the middle of a fight, there are transport inhibitors in place. The only places they can operate are the transport pads and cargo storage.
Useful information. If they can only beam down to cargo
The enemy
areas.
is demons, moving in disguise. Tactics worthy of House Mokai, but not a true Klingon warrior. If they're posing as cargo haulers, they will have access to the locker rooms where competitors store their gear. They need only wait there for Maven between rounds and strike when he least expects it.
We need to gain access to those rooms as well.
Hearing the chanting and sounds of bat'leths reminds me of the first time I celebrated the Côte Baval festival. That was the first time I remember understanding what it means to be a Klingon warrior.
And he is talking about another TNG episode. But he was then just a kid. These halls are redesigned as well.
There is a priority target in the area. Stay alert.
Okay. Referee, here we go again. Question tournament administrator. Oh, this is the main podium. Matron, Orion Matron is here as well. Some Gorns, Klingons, Nausicaan Marine, and Klingon singing. Nice. Nice fighting, fellas.
Nuchnech, speak quickly. I have a tournament to run and little time for fools.
We require locker room access. Infiltrators may be present.
Access is limited to maintenance staff and competitors. If you have a security concern, take it up with security.
Are you not in charge here?
I am, and you will explain your impudence before I show you why I am in charge. The hard way.
This is an urgent matter, Administrator.
There is another way. Is it still possible to enter the tournament?
I am ready to participate immediately. Yes, sure.
Not as a competitor, but we do have an opening for an exhibition match. One of the fighters put enough blood wine in his gut to drop the Gone King and had to withdraw. If you wish to take his place, I will allow it.
Let it be so. I am eager for combat.
Combat you shall have. No firearms are allowed. You must use a melee weapon. A bat'leth is preferred, but this is an exhibition, so you may use an unconventional melee weapon if you wish.
Okay.
Even one of those Vulcan lurpas they wave at each other in mating disputes. Ha!
Yeah, okay. Vulcan Lirpa, I don't have this one, but I have my big ass bat'let. Enough talk, I'm ready to fight. And let's take my place here. And let's switch. And compete. Swordmaster. Oops. Yeah, he is better than me. Maybe. No. No. Yep. That was quick. Okay, I'm done. That was not much of an exhibition.
Ha! You fight well. Work on your form, and you might qualify for next year's tournament. You may use the locker rooms to clean up. Go. Should you have the courage, I will allow you the honor of buying me a blood wine later.
Oh, she's hitting on me.
We will see if you drink as well as you fight.
Oh. Perhaps we shall comply.
I would tell you the story of how I came to be called Kemtok. Kemtok was the name of a warrior who saved my father from assassins on Moranga Ford.
Yeah, that is the episode of
the name
TNG.
Kemtok to honor his memory, to remind me of what it means to be Klingon.
Right, but there is a twist to that. I'm not going to spoil it. And he is watching the battle here. Anyway, we need to go this way to the locker rooms. And look
What's
for
this?
our...
A globfly buzzes into these hallowed chambers? This is a place for competitors, insect! Be gone!
Oh, I just completed an exhibition bout. Make
The
way.
insect buzzes still. I think it is time I stifled it permanently. Last chance, globfly. Leave on your own 2 feet or on the barge to Grethor. Your choice.
So, some thugs are here. Bold words, takke. Come and back them up. Yep. Wow, they are using weapons. Interesting enough, of course, grenades
More
from...
traitors and lead with Tarson. They must be preparing to strike.
But let's go... Where? Here?
Target located.
Oh, this is
Crimes
the one.
include sabotage and assassination. Termination authorized.
He had a plasma weapon. Oh, and he was Orion. Ulchun, the Ashen One. Okay. Not much of an opponent. against my battlet. Oh, she's practicing Mogbara. And they didn't notice anything. Not alert at all. Yeah, continue with doing nothing. Let's search another room. Yep. Battlet competitor. Ask about Maven.
You are looking for Maven? He is in another room, further down the hallway.
Nice move, lady.
Maven has fallen to treachery.
Oh no!
The House of
Oh, no.
Martok will have its revenge. He's using the field to
That's
weaken our
sad.
energy weapons. Switch to a melee weapon.
Yeah, doing that. Go. Oh no! Another plasma grenade.
Tor, I need reinforcements.
Oh, he is with Torque. And that. Ah. Come here, traitors. Come to my battlet's blade. I will have your blood. But we are too late. Hey, he is as well. No, I have my battlet, not weapon. And the traditional scream for the dead. Don't they have a medic here?
What is the meaning of this, Alexander? Maven was sent here to replace his equipment, and yet I find you here, surrounded by Romulans with the grandson of Martok dead at your feet. Explain yourself.
Oh, this doesn't sound nice. Not nice at all. This was not Kemtar's doing.
Lady Sorella feared that you alone would not be able to keep her grandson safe. We followed these Romulans here, and would have stopped them had these halls not been filled with Klingon traitors. And where were you when these assassins struck?
They clearly don't like each other. Both of you stop. We must focus on finding the real
I
enemy.
see you have been listening to my son's conspiracy theories again. He talks of peace and uniting the houses, yet here he is, with a blade in his hand, looking for glory. I told you I wanted nothing to do with this.
With respect, sir, we have proof that another house is behind this.
While you were here at the tournament, assassins moved against Lady Sorella at her own estate. If we hadn't tracked down this agent and disarmed his explosive, she would be dead as well. At every step, we have encountered Klingons hiding in the shadows, with blades at our backs.
What Kemtar says is the truth. We must find these traitors and put an end to this plot.
I have not seen this evidence, but I believe what you say.
Suddenly.
We will get to the bottom of this. That does not mean we can act rashly. If there were Klingons aiding these agents, then we are still in danger.
But I just love his voice. What a great voice. If we uncover the identity of this rival house, then they will be forced to act in the open, where we can fight them head on. Well, the Tarzan, the Romulan guy called for Torque, so we already know.
A great house conspiring with the Tal Shiar to assassinate other Klingons. And it is not just a theory. How high does the corruption go?
We will uncover this threat together.
Sorella and the rest of the House of Martok will mourn for her grandson. But I must also see that security remains a priority. To start, I am sending you a recruit from our house, the warrior Belera. She's been personally trained by me and will aid your crew as we fight against the House of Torg.
Okay, so this is our new officer, tactical.
tower.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
My former jailers were from that house. At least, before we sent them to Grepple on the frozen tundra of Rurapente. You have fought with me this far, my friend. Will you see this through to the end? Help me serve House Torg, a dish colder than the gulag they used to command.
Okay. I will click on not now, because this is now a new tactical officer. And I want to take this item and let's see what we got here. This console, I need this one. For our weapons, it will improve the disruptor damage, and we have also received a personal com code for a trade ship. And that's probably, oh, so this is Bellara, and I will give her this armor and something else for her. Maybe this. What do we have here? Plumbing soup, Vulcan dish. Yeah, probably not going to eat it. Poor Mavan. We were not able to stop the Romulans from killing him, and now the House Martok is without a hair. Not hair, air. Air? That's the right pronunciation, right? Well, maybe Drex has another children. Return to your ship.
House Torg.
Okay, let's go. And what now? Alright, seems this mission is finished now. The house always wins, it's the next one. And let's quickly give a point to torpedoes, projectile weapon training. Okay. And I can select if threat control and hanger weaponry. I don't know if I'm going to have any hanger pads or ship with hanger pads, but probably could be useful. Let's choose this. I don't think the threat control is that much useful for a science officer anyway. So that concludes this mission. Hope you enjoyed it somewhat, and let's see you next time. Thank you for watching.